What's up everybody? ESAM here bringing you another video. This one going to be my turnaround wrap up for EVO Japan and my overall Japan experience. So EVO Japan was the week after Genesis, aka 2 weekends ago since I died last weekend. So 2 weekends before Frostbite for time, management's sake. And it was an amazing experience. So first I'm going to go over the tournament and then afterwards I will go over my overall experience in Japan because I feel like it's noteworthy. So EVO Japan, obviously the first EVO Japan, it's a really big deal because Japan is a hotbed of fighting games and a lot of the people don't have access to like enough money to travel to the States. I mean, I know you see a bunch of Japanese and like just Southeast Asian and even just Asian people in general come to EVO, but there are so many more that don't get the opportunity to do so. So this was an amazing chance for a lot of people to play in every game, whether it's anime, whether it's Street Fighter, whether it's Smash. There was so much high talent in every single game that was here, and it even had things like ARMS, which was lit. So I'm gonna go over my pool real quick. So first off, I played against Apoda, a Bowser Jr. main, actually pretty good, not quite as good as the one that I played at SmashCon that took a game off of me, but either way, pretty scary, like pretty nerve-wracking set. He almost had this crazy comeback game too, but I was able to snuff it out, and I got a jab lock on him, so I was able to win that. And then after that, I played against Babyface Kiddo, who was a Korin main, actually from Vegas, not Japan at all, but I was able to win that 2-0 as well. Put me into round 2 pools, where I had to play 2 sets. First one was against Rachi, I'm not sure exactly how everything is pronounced, but he was a Fox main and I beat him 2-0. I was actually not playing super great at the beginning of the set, but I ended up slowly getting over it and kind of playing better and better throughout it. And so the set became more and more dominant as it went on, so I 2-0'd him. And then afterwards I had to play against Kia, the Robin / Korin main, and obviously me having Death in my region, I'm pretty sure he was not going to go Robin, so he goes Korin. In game 1, I just couldn't get my footing started. It was really obnoxious. Like anytime I had a little bit of momentum, I would overextend a little too hard, or I would like flub like a dash shield or like a shield, and then he would be able to hit me and put me in disadvantage. So he won game 1. Game 2 I won pretty solid, I think it was a JV2, and then game 3 I was doing incredibly well. I was up like a full stock or so, or at least like up 70%, and then I messed up one kill confirm, and then he just slowly started. I messed up an up throw thunder. Like I should have wave bounced the thunder, but I didn't because he was at the edge, and so he ended up living at like 120 or so, and he just slowly started bringing it back, got me to like 80-90%, which obviously those are definitely kill percents with Korin, especially if they read like a dash grab and go for a jump back pin, or if they hit a Dragon Fang shot, or like a forward smash, or a back air at the ledge. So I was very uncomfortable, and I ended up getting him onto like the top town and city platform, where like I frame trap him into like a weak up smash, and again, since he was at like 120-130, it was going to kill. So I barely win that 2-1 to advance into top 64 winners, and round 1 I had to play against Sigma, the Toon Link. So game 1 was pretty close, but I think I won with like 60 or 70%, which is pretty solid if I'm not going to air dodge into forward smash. Game 2, he runs it back to Battlefield, and he actually did amazingly well. He just had this really strong start. He placed his boomerangs very well because he's a very boomerang heavy Toon Link. Thank you to Zan for, by the way, the advice on that. But he was able to just place these things up very well, and I was getting caught in both defense and offense. So he had the lead, then I had to approach, and I almost won. I brought it back super hard, but I did not quite win. But again, similar to what I said in my Genesis 5 wrap up, I had the momentum at the end of game 2. He just, ended up closing it out. So game 3 was definitely going to be mine. He let me go to Lylat, unfortunately for him, and I was able to just zip around, get around his bombs, get around his boomerangs with, the speed that Pikachu has on Lylat. Had a lead. He brought it back. He brought it back a little bit more, but I was able to win. I think I was at like 40 or so percent, 50 or so percent when I won. That one was on stream, but so I win that 2-1, so I was very happy to advance into the round before quarters, so the round of 16, where I had to play against Kamame. And Kamame, obviously the Pikachu Mega Man matchup, very good for Pikachu, and the only other time I had played Kamame, I had beat him, and I've never lost to a Mega Man before until that day. He was playing so well, it was so hard to get in. I mean, there's a reason why he got top 8. He was able to, I wasn't able to get in, and the one opportunity I had him off stage, and it was a guaranteed kill because he didn't have a jump, and he wasn't going to be able to air dodge to the stage, so I needed to drop off and double jump thunder, but unfortunately I messed up, so I just kind of got a ledge jump because I backed off a little too early. It was definitely 100% game, and I should have won game 1, but I didn't, so he ends up winning, later in the neutral interactions and stuff, and so I was very tilted, and I was upset about that, so I was just running into things game 2, and he 2-stocked me clean. He was able to just get through, or like not let me get aggressive, and then second stock I got footstooled out of shield at like 50%, and he had a decent amount of range, so he was able to just clean me off there. So it was very unfortunate from my end because I should have won game 1, and then obviously if I win the game 1, the momentum is completely different for the set. I'm not tilted. I can just maybe 2-0 him, or at least if he wins game 2, I can bring it back to game 3. So unfortunately for me, wasn't going to win that, and so he ends up winning and advancing to quarters where he had to play Ken. But but I got knocked into losers where I had to play SOOOO, probably Japan's best Diddy at this point. So, you know, I was pretty confident though, because I had been playing with MVD a lot, you know, recently, like before DreamHack, before Genesis, during Genesis. So I ended up winning that 2-0. Game 1 was pretty solid. Game 2, actually, the weirdest thing happened. So like I messed up and I got like kind of mad about it. So like I like shook my head up and it like yanked some cords. I think it like made the GameCube adapter fall. And so my inputs got reversed somehow, because like I tried to scroll back to the right and I scroll back to the left and I just killed myself, and I showed them and I was like, whoa, what happened? And I showed the people afterwards, so my inputs were reversed. Super strange. It was really, really weird. Like an easy recovery, like not difficult. Like I was at 60 or something and I was gonna win that game more than likely, and maybe even 40, like I don't know. And so it was super, super weird. And we ended up replaying that game because SOOOO realized, because it was like literally backwards, and he was like, no, that's fine, so we'll just redo game 2. And so I ended up winning that. So it kind of felt bad, but at the same time I did beat him in that game, so in my head I probably would have won 2-1 even if he took the game that the weird controller thing happened. So I advanced there to play against Sigma again, who had run his way all the way through losers, and I ended up losing that 2-0. His slight adjustments of like Zaire timings and boomerang positions and just bomb timings, like when he would throw them, were very slightly different, because the game 1 was very close and game 2 was not. I don't know why. I think I counterpicked him to FD because I'm dumb. And it was just not really, it was not really easy to just get in on him, and the times that I didn't punish him hard enough. Like I messed up an edge guard, I messed up a pretty easy combo that led me to dying. Like he got like double jump, throw bomb down, fastball, up air or something on me like that. So he just played really, really well. And that was actually my biggest critique of EVO Japan, so that knocked me out of 13th. So my biggest critique of EVO Japan was the fact that for some reason top 64 was segmented into 4 pools when they were all playing at the same time, so there was literally no reason to do so. I really don't like when tournaments have formats that just encourage double jeopardy, because let's say I had beat Sigma, right? I would have double eliminated him in top 64, which that's really, really dumb, and it wasn't even like opposite rounds or something. That would make more sense. You know, so it was just, I really, really didn't like that. A lot of double jeopardies happen, you know, because let's say you win in winner semis, lose to the winners finals. Like let's say I played Kamame, right? Or I beat Sigma and I had to play Kamame, and Kamame beat me again. Like I got double eliminated in consecutive rounds losing. Sigma, you know, we played twice even though we lost in consecutive rounds, and I really, really don't like that. I just think it's a really dumb decision. And not from my case, because like I could have just beat Sigma, right? And I could have just beat Kamame again. But it just seemed, I don't really like when tournaments do formats that encourage double jeopardy. It happened in every single game. You know, there was a huge thread on Street Fighter where like there was 2 players that like had lost in consecutive, or had one person beat them, and then so the person in losers, and then people got double eliminated by them like every other round, and it was actually insane. It was a really, really bad format for that in every game, because it was consistent throughout the games, at least the main events, and so I wasn't really a fan of that. But overall the tournament was really, really good. You know, the matches were crazy, the stream was actually pretty decent quality. We had like a little side area, because obviously Smash is going to be like on the main stage at least until top 8, because I think we were like the 4th or 5th biggest game, which is very different, because normally Smash Wii U is the 2nd biggest game, because we've literally been the 2nd biggest game every single EVO we've been at. But this one we were like the 4th biggest, because the anime games shined there, at Tekken because it was close to Korea. You know, it was insane the amount of, and obviously Street Fighter is going to be higher, right? So the quality of the matches was actually insane. In every single game you had the JV3 by Abadongo on Kamame. You know, Kamame got really far. Like he got 3rd. He was playing incredibly well. You know, I'm kind of sad I lost to Kamame, because I really wanted to play Ken, because I had played him at a local and I did really, really well versus him. I still lost 2-0, but it was a very, very close set, and so I wanted to play him again just to like prove to myself that like I know the Sonic things. I get it. Like I'm good at the matchup now, I swear. You know, if Ken beats me, he beats me because he's the best one and he's a top 10 player, and that's totally fine. So anyway, now let us go into the overall, you know, experience in Japan. So I'd been to Japan last year for Tokaigi, and it was an amazing experience, and this time was no different. I went this time with MVD and our friend Ricky, who's moving with us to Oklahoma because he just wanted to come. We were able to hang out with Vayseth and Buddha a lot, and as well as Vayseth's friend Arcana Heart Nano, which is why I had the 2 Marvel videos that I uploaded were his matches from Marvel. And it was just an amazing experience. The food is fantastic, the culture is amazing. You know, it was so pretty because we were near Ikebukuro, which is like a decently popular city. So it was just really nice to walk around. There was lights, there was so many things to do. There were the arcades. Oh my god, the arcades are so much fun! The arcades are so much fun! I love Japanese arcades. God, like I would spend so much money there if I just lived there. It's actually crazy. Like I understand why there are so many videos of people like, look at these crazy Japanese people at rhythm games. Because I would just be there every weekend just playing and spending 20 bucks for 3 hours or 30 bucks for 5 hours just playing rhythm games, and so you just get good over time. so much fun, and it was like, we went to Akihabara obviously, and that was amazing, and I got some stuff. I got some angel meat stuff, which I'm very happy about, and a dope ass sandwich that I'm scared to break, so I'm not going to show it on camera, but it's really, really cool, and I really, really enjoyed it, and having MBD there was obviously great because my best friend, you know, in a region that we can experience both together, which was super fun. You know, the curry was amazing, the sushi was bomb, the okonomiyaki that we had because Wada-san, one of the higher ups at Nico Nico Doga, took us out for dinner one time, like me, Bayseth, MBD, and Buddha, and we were able to just talk to him and just have fun and have good food, and everything about Japan, at least from a visitor's perspective, because obviously I'm not going to get into like the cultural differences that make things bad, because I'm not like gonna go that deep into it, but from a visitor's perspective, there was like nothing wrong with this trip except for the fact that I obviously have a hurt chest from, I think, when I popped off versus Mr. R. You know, my friend Ricky got sick for like 2 or 3 days of the trip, so it was really unfortunate that, but like in terms of what we were doing and how we were able to go into the Pokemon Center, I have so much Pikachu stuff. I have Pikachu ears. I'm lame. Let's go! But so I was able to get so much stuff, and you know, the merch is really fun, and just being there was really fun, and everything about that trip was just pleasant, like everything about it. And you know, I really encourage, if you have the ability to go to Japan, you know, if they have a next EVO Japan, go to that. It was amazing, and it was really fun seeing all the Americans just go from Genesis directly there. Like half of us were on like the same type of flight, or the same flight from NorCal to SoCal, which was hilarious. And yeah, it was an amazing time. You know, I really hope I can go back, and yeah, that is going to be about it for this one, and I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda, and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. I gotta stop finger gunsing. Bye-bye.